Hi, this is Taryn Grome, editor of Pharma Voice. We met with numerous inspirational thought leaders at this year's DIA annual conference as part of our Editors Take video series. I hope you enjoyed this discussion.
In this episode, Taryn meets with Todd Phillips, Director, Global Regulatory Affairs, Cardinal Health.
Hi, Todd. Welcome to Boston and the 2018 DIA.
Hi, Taryn. Thank you very much.
We're going to talk to you a little bit today about what is patient-reported outcomes and why are these an important measure to advance healthcare.
A patient-reported outcome is a measurement based on a direct report coming from the patient regarding their specific health condition that hasn't been amended or interpreted by a clinician or anyone else for that matter. Patient-reported outcomes are important to really capture the patient's experience and perspective and needs when it comes to their disease state and treatment options as it's incorporated into a drug development program and regulatory decision-making.
Are there specific therapeutic areas where patient-reported outcomes have been successfully utilized?
There are. Historically, patient-reported outcomes have been used in gastroenterology disorders, psychiatric disorders, and musculoskeletal disorders, but we are starting to see more use within orphan populations as well.
What type of guidance has the FDA issued on patient-reported outcomes?
The FDA has issued a series of guidance documents either specific to disease states or the general concepts of patient-reported outcomes. But in order to meet their requirements associated with the 21st Century Cures Act, as well as their commitments associated with PDUFA 6, FDA will be issuing a series of guidance documents starting in 2018 that specifically address patient experience data and how these data will be incorporated into drug development programs.
In light of these guidances, what should pharma take into consideration if they want to incorporate PROs into their development programs?
So when considering the development of a patient-reported outcome, sponsors looking to develop these type of instruments need to first consider the disease state that they wish to explore the instrument in, that being the natural history, the patient's perspective, the caregiver's perspective, as well as any subpopulations that exist within that disease state. Next, they need to conceptualize the treatment benefit, that is, they need to determine the concepts for showing a meaningful treatment benefit. A concept could be considered a disease symptom or a series of symptoms depending upon the disease that they wish to explore. Once they have the concept of interest defined, they need to consider the patient population as well as the clinical trial design that will be used to evaluate that particular symptom. Once they have those items in place, they need to evaluate whether or not there's an existing patient-reported outcome instrument that they could use in their development program, or will they need to develop one as a fit-for-purpose tool within their particular drug development program. If they do, we recommend that these individuals and these companies reach out to FDA as soon as possible and begin discussions on how they can incorporate this instrument within their development program.
That's wonderful. Now, PROs have been around for a long time, that whole concept of the patient-reported outcome. Why is it now starting to be really a driving trend?
Well, I think it's due to a number of reasons. One, there have been a series of initiatives that have been put forth by the FDA starting in PDUFA 5, which ran from 2013 to 2017, in which the agency initiated a series of patient-focused drug development meetings, and these were specific meetings for a specific disease. They initiated 24 of those over that particular period in time. In addition to those meetings, which really evaluated the patient's needs and perspectives as it relates to their disease state and treatment options, according to the 21st Century Cures Act, the FDA is also tasked with developing ways in which to capture in a meaningful way patient experience data, as well as develop guidance document for the use of these data from a regulatory decision-making standpoint. In addition, PDUFA 6 has also mandated that FDA develop a series of guidance documents specific to patient experience data, as well as the use of patient-reported outcomes within the orphan population.
So let's talk about patient-reported outcomes in the rare disease or orphan drug market. It seems to me that there would be such small data sets. Why are these still important?
Well, in any situation, whether the data sets are small or not, I believe it's important to capture the patient's experience and how they perceive not only the disease state but also the treatment options. So despite the limited size associated with these rare populations, it still doesn't abate the need to understand how the patient perceives their disease state and their treatment options.
Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful insights with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
For more information on this topic, visit our Thought Leaders website.
For more Editors Take videos from the DIA Annual Conference, visit www.pharmavoice.com. Thanks for joining us.